How's it going, guys? Daniel Char here, Metal Mortgage. What I want to do is talk to you guys about the mortgage industry. It's a very, very tough industry. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's a tough business, but it's a very rewarding business. There's a right way to do this business, and there's a wrong way of doing this business. You can make a lot of money in this business, and you can help a lot of families in this business. But you gotta put in the work, and you gotta know what you're doing. So, you know that saying about people only work with people that they know, like, and trust? That statement is very true, but you also have to take it one step further. For example, people will only work with people that they know, like, and trust, and one of the biggest key components is a fourth one that nobody talks about. There has to be a need for your business. So there has to be a need for your service or product. And that's the general philosophy of business, because I can like you, I can know you, I can like you, I can trust you. But if I don't need your product, or if I don't want your product, I'm not buying from you, okay? Or I might want your product, I might need your product, but I can't afford your product or service, then I can't buy from you. For example, I really want a Lamborghini. Is it financially right for me to purchase a Lamborghini? No. So there's a want, there's not a need. I don't trust the salesperson. I trust the brand. I know the brand. I like the brand. But the biggest problem right now is the affordability. And there's not a need. There's a want. Okay? So that's the issue that a lot of mortgage agents have in this business, not figuring out who really needs your product or service, or who really needs you. So a lot of times I'll see new mortgage agents get into the business and they'll only hunt family and friends. But believe it or not, a majority of your family members and your friends will not do business with you. They know you, they like you, they may or may not trust you, believe me, but they might not have a need, okay? So our jobs are to go and look for people that have a need for our service. And that might be actually going outside from our current database, from people that we already know, like our friends and family. And I find that concept of talking to people that we don't know and people that don't know us, it's a very, very scary concept for brand new salespeople. But that is a key thing in this business. There's a lot of talk about getting your systems right, your database, a lot of mentorship, coaching, and all that stuff. But it all goes back down to filling the funnel. You need the funnel filled from the top. Because if you don't have enough prospects, you're not gonna have enough people to sell to. And then if you can't sell, you can't close. So think of a funnel. You need prospects, leads, and that you need a massive database of leads. And then those are the people that you're going to turn into prospects. And then you're gonna try to sell them, and then you're gonna try to close them. But if you don't have somebody to talk to, you can't sell them. So you really need more people to talk to. And a lot of brand new sales agents or mortgage agents just focus on the 20 people that they're most comfortable talking to. And if they just fix that one issue of being able to go out to the marketplace and talking to strangers, that would change the whole business. And it all starts from a hello. I've been in business for 12 years now, and a majority of my business comes from me doing outreach. And then it turns into inbound because of content like this. You got to put yourself out there. Not everybody's going to work with you. Not everybody's going to like you, even your family and friends. It's just not going to, like, you just got to know that. The quicker that you accept that, the quicker you're going to be on your journey. Because if you keep focusing on people that don't need your product, don't want your product, don't want to work with you, you're not going to succeed. So what you have to do is go to the marketplace that want to work with you. And the way that you do that is by telling the world who you are, what you do, and start attracting people, okay? There's gonna be a person for everybody. For example, me. Not everybody's gonna wanna work with me. Not everybody's gonna like who I am. Not everybody's gonna trust me. But by me putting myself out there, telling the world who I am bound to attract people that actually identify or align with who I am. So now I don't have to sell anymore. I'm attracting people now. And that's the key thing. And I find that a lot of new mortgage agents are too scared to put themselves out there because they're afraid of judgment. They're afraid of what their family might think. They're afraid of what their friends might think. They're afraid of what their business partners are gonna think. They're afraid of what the industry is gonna think. Let me tell you guys a secret. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, okay? People's feelings don't pay your bills. There's a lot of people in the mortgage industry that don't like other people in the mortgage industry. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Those guys are still doing well. The people that get hated on the most in the mortgage industry makes the most money because they're helping the most people. It's the people that aren't doing the same volume that are doing all the hating. So, one key thing to change your business, and you don't have to keep paying for training and courses and, keep going to all these networking events. The biggest secret is by letting the world know who you are, what business you're in, and what services you can provide, what problems you can fix, and people will come knocking onto your door. And it doesn't matter what your race is, your religion, doesn't matter about your age, doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what your political stance is. I have so many clients that they don't agree with me politically, and they still work with me. Why? Because I make them freaking money, and money has no political boundaries. I got people that are on two different spectrums of me, but every month they get a check. They get a check. And people that align with them don't produce that same check that I do. And that is proof that it doesn't matter. You just got to put yourself out there because nobody knows you. Think of Donald Trump. You either love him or you hate him. It doesn't matter. He's on the news every day. People are always talking about him every day. Nobody talks about second place. Who won second place in swimming in the Olympics? I have no idea. But I know Michael Phelps. I know that name. You know, who won multiple NBA rings? The most. Michael Jordan. That's all I know. I don't know second place. Okay? So the thing is that you got to put yourself out there so people know you and they can make a decision if they want to work with you or not work with you when they have a need or a want for your service. If you guys need help in your business, let's connect. The mortgage industry is what I believe the best industry in Canada, maybe in the world. I don't know what it's like outside, but I think it's the best industry to be in. You can work mobile. All you need is a cell phone, a laptop, and internet. That's all you need. You don't even need a car. You need to understand the business. You need to know how to get leads. You have to be ethical, and you need a good support system. And that's what I provide to my team. So if you guys have questions, or if you guys are not getting the support that you need from your brokerage, let me know. Let's hop on a call. Let's see how I can help you out. All the best, guys.